Hey everybody. So, I just recorded a whole Astro update and then my phone went like really wacky and it got deleted, which is such a bummer when that happens. I always call in my angels, guides, and ancestors before these updates so that I can serve everyone who's watching this highest good. So, I'm just trusting that maybe that wasn't the right message to come out there. Anyways, hello. Feeling called to do an astro update. Today is day of Venus, Friday. The moon is in Scorpio. Today is a day of where we went from, the Libra new moon, which is air and more relationship based and more social, into Scorpio, which is where we feel all of our feels and we integrate what we've learned from having the mirror of another person in our lives. I'm also going to be posting a video all about the moon and what to do on the days that she's in each archetype in each zodiac sign. Feeling super called to do that. I actually had a dream where I'm pretty sure my guides were like, hey, this needs to be out in the world. So that's coming soon. Okay, so first thing I wanted to talk about is Venus. Venus just moved from Scorpio, where she feels things really deeply, really intimately. She's desiring intimacy in Scorpio. She's desiring diving deep, connecting really intensely, into Sagittarius just yesterday. So Venus, planet of desires, feelings, how we love, what we love, our feminine energy, moved from water to fire. So when she moves to Sagittarius, she's all about fun, storytelling, adventures, philosophy, learning about spirituality, learning about a bigger picture, dreaming really big. So much different energy. If you're a Taurus or Libra rising, you're ruled by Venus, and this is a big shift for you. Side note. Everyone feels it, but those two signs, rising signs, not sun signs, are the ones that feel it the most. Also, PSA, if you're reading your horoscope, please read your rising sign. Sure, read your sun sign if you feel like it, but the way astrologers write horoscopes is based on the rising sign, not the sun sign. In almost all cases, please read your rising sign. What else? Pluto just went direct on the 6th. When we have a planet moving from retrograde to direct, it means that their energy is really in our collective consciousness. So Pluto is really alive right now. Pluto is the planet of death, transformation. He loves life, death, life cycles. So when Pluto is stationing, his energy is in our field more. When he moves from retrograde, when he is in retrograde, which he's been for many months, it's much more of an internal transformation, subconscious even sometimes. Pluto's deeply connected to our soul's lineage and our soul's contract of what we're here to do in this lifetime. He is moving direct, which means that our transformation moves to the outer world, more on the outside, subconscious to conscious. So Pluto is power. He's how we sometimes suffer and peel layers of ourselves and are reborn over and over again, how we truly transform ourselves. Okay, and if you're a Scorpio rising, you're probably feeling that more than most of us. Again, we all feel it, but it's just another layer of the sandwich. So there's that. Also, the Sun and Mercury and Mars are all lined up together. Okay, so we're starting a new Mercury cycle and a new Mars cycle. This is pretty rare that Mars and Mercury are starting a new cycle with the Sun at the same time. Let me just, when a planet moves in the sun's rays, so the sun is our divine life source. There's reasons why our ancestors worship the sun, right? The sun is our energy field. She is, she is whatever divine, complete divine energy. It's like the God spark. That's the sun, the solar life force. The sun actually activates our DNA, okay? So when Mercury, the planet of communication and how we talk, how we think, our minds, and Mars, the planet of action and passion, drive, what we're driven towards, our masculine side, line up with the sun, they do the sun's work. Okay, so if Mercury or Mars are opposite the sun, they are the most themselves. So like the farther they walk away or they move from the sun, the more they are like Mercury or Mars or whatever planet it is. The closer a planet gets to the sun, the more the sun catches its rays, or extends its rays like a giant energy field, and those planets do the will of the sun. Does that make sense? So we're starting new Mercury cycles and new Mars cycles at the same time. They are both in the sun's rays. If you are thinking a lot about conversations within your relationships, actions you want to take in your relationships, actions you want to take when it comes to getting rid of relationships that don't serve you, this all makes sense in Libra season, especially with this lineup. If you're not quite sure what steps to take, but you've been thinking about it, this clarity will come, okay? When Mercury and Mars move away from the sun's rays, it's definitely, clarity will arrive, okay? When Mercury starts a new cycle, it's a beautiful time to set, it's not like a new moon, but it's a new Mercury cycle, right? So if you imagine planting the seed of a Mercury kind of activity or project, is there something you want to learn? Is there something you want to speak? Is there some way you want to change the way you communicate? Is there something you want to let go of when it comes to the way you think about things, or a thought pattern that you have? Write it down, call it in, speak it out loud to the universe. This is a beautiful time to set the new Mercury intention. These cycles last about 4 months, and so just imagine something in the realm of 4 months that you want to kind of work on with Mercury, the mind, and the way we communicate. Same with Mars. Action, drive. Where do you want to put your energy? Do you want to call in a new passion? Do you want to call in a new relationship? Libra season. Brilliant time. Do you want to have a hard conversation? Good time to do that. Okay, so let's see. The last thing that I wanted to mention is that my friend Wendy, her channel is Light Always Wins. She has a beautiful podcast I've been on a few times. She is running a roundtable conversation early November, I believe, the Scorpio new moon, where she's calling light workers that would like to sit around a table online and just talk about what we want the new earth to be. What are we calling in for the new earth? What do we think it's going to look like? What do we want our future to look like? Super duper excited about that. I posted it in my stories earlier. I will also leave a link to her in the description of this video. That's my most exciting thing. I've just been thinking a lot about how if we all spent time in our heart center imagining the kind of future that we want, we are the creators, we are the spark of the sun and the moon and all the planets. If we sat and thought about future us, future earth, and manifested in unity consciousness, or thought about unity consciousness, or held space for that is coming, which is coming, we're moving into a whole new period of time. All structures and systems need to die. We go from a more dense 3D reality into a much higher vibrational reality that's much more heart-centered. The age of Aquarius, unity consciousness, new earth, it's coming. So if we all spent time, action steps are great, fighting for a cause is amazing, that's great, but we also need to imagine that this thing happening is an energetic shift. So you could sit in your bathtub or on your bed or on your meditation pillow for 10 minutes. Okay, got cut off there. I don't remember what I was saying, but anyways, if we all sit and do that work, imagine what we want the new world to look like, we would actually call it in and step into that timeline. That's how the quantum field works. We're so powerful. The last thing I wanted to mention is my October readings are booked. I'm still doing readings for 120. They're normally 195 in November. I decided to do 2 months this year just because it kind of encompasses Libra Scorpio season.
So if you are interested in doing a reading, send me a message, or even better, send me an email. It's Stevie, Stevie, at farmhousemoon.com, and we can set up a reading for November. That's all I got. Happy Day of Venus. Sending all of you guys love.